The lake is called Rana Mese Lake. It is located right in S. Manggarai Regency, S. Nusa Tenggara Province, Indonesia. It can be seen from its name where Rana means lake and Mese means big. This lake is one of the largest lakes in Manggarai area. There are two versions regarding the origin of Rana Mese Lake, namely, first, a hunter named Mese who after hunting day and night did not find a single animal. He climbed up a tree in the middle of the valley and looked down to see a golden ring sign. But when it came down, the gold ring was gone. He's done it over again and it's still the same. Then, when the ring came into view again, he threw the spear into the center of the ring and down again. When the spear was removed, it wasn't the ring that was attracted but the water, getting bigger and bigger until it drowned him. Mese's had become a rock that was lifted by an angel from the bottom of the lake to the mainland. Second, there are two lakes inhabited by spirit, namely Rana Mese Lake and Rana Hembok Lake, that located in Goloroto. The inhabitants of Rana Mese Lake and Rana Hembok Lake are at war. The Rana Mese resistance also asked for human help because they were almost defeated. The human army won easily because the weapon used by Rana Hembok was an eel. In this case, in the view of spirit, it was a spear. The man slashes at the eel with a magnet. The defeat of the inhabitant of Lake Rana Hembok was paid for by exchanging Rana Mese Lake to be withered.
Rana Mese Lake, located at altitude of 1,200 meters above sea level and has a depth of about 43 meters and has an area of about 5 hectares. The lake is surrounded by jungle and has quite high rainfall, which causes this place to have low air pressure as well as cool. In addition, this lake has very clean water and is used as a source of drinking water for several surrounding areas. Not far from the location of this lake, there is a waterfall that is often called the Rana Mese waterfall. For visitors who want to enjoy a holiday atmosphere with a beautiful and cool natural panorama, then this lake is one of the suitable places to visit. Not only that, its location in the middle of the jungle makes Rana Mese Lake have several flora and fauna that can be found around it. For example, when we visiting this place, we will find a group of fauna such as birds, monkeys, and also some protective fauna such as the type of forest orchid, namely Dendrobium hymenophyllum, Vandalimbata, Polydota imbricate, Spatogolotis plicata, Liparia atifolia, and Semerbach orchid. In addition, there are also several types of trees named using the Manggarai language, include Giro with the Latin name Sauravia verheyenii and Natu with the Latin name Plagium, Labe with Latin name Ficus vitusola, and the last Louis with Latin name Frassimus griffidi.
Furthermore, this lake also has some uniqueness that is rarely found elsewhere in Indonesia. Firstly, the water will remain clean and not a single leaf will float in it even though the lake is surrounded by trees. Even if that happens, eventually the fallen leaves will land back or be passed to the edge of the lake. Secondly, this lake has several animals that are rarely found in other places, including grouse and pecuk. Uniquely, these birds will only be found if tourists visit in the afternoon. The next uniqueness is that This lake will always be covered with fog in the afternoon, even during the dry season. This happened because Rana Mese Lake is flanked by Mandusawu Mount with height 2,400 meters above sea level, as the highest peak in S. Manggarai, and Ranaka Mountain with height 2,140 meters above sea level as the second highest peak. In fact, because of the low temperature, the common road is overgrown with soft grass. This already proves that it is true that the temperature of Rana Mese Lake is very low. As previously described, one of the attractions of this lake is also found in the waterfall, which is located just to the south of the lake location, or about 100 meters from the lake location. This waterfall has its own characteristic, and this is what distinguishes it from waterfalls in other places. If in other places, waterfalls tend to have a height that reaches 10 or even range of meters, then the waterfall only has a height of about 15 until 20 meters. Although the height is fairly low, the panorama of Lake Rana Mese waterfall is not less exotic than those in other places. The splash of clean and cold water adds to the exotic impressions. In addition, while in this place, we will be able to enjoy the chirping of birds and enjoy the scenery presented by nature. This place is also very suitable for tourists who have a hobby of fishing, because this lake is a lake that has a large number of captive water fish and consists of various types. The condition of the water that flows calmly also supports the activities. Speaking of the fishing activities itself, tourists can directly fish from the edge of the lake from any direction, or can also fish in the middle of the lake with the help of a boat or raft that will be assisted by the employees there. This place also has a clean environment and is free of rubbish.
Despite all the uniqueness above, this place has some restrictions or rules that must be obeyed by tourists for the sake and comfort and safety. First, this place does not recommend visitors outside the Rana Mese area to do swimming activities. Only natives, such as residents of Gololeni village area, allowed to swim. In addition, these activities can also only be around the edge of the lake. In addition to maintaining the safety of visitors, this prohibition is also due to the culture that applies to the place. The second prohibition, visitors are prohibited from doing dirty activities there, such as quarreling, pushing each other, or even committing adultery. This is enforced in order to maintain the safety of visitors. The third prohibition, it is strictly forbidden to hunt the animals there or damage the flora habitat, cutting trees carelessly, because the place is a protected forest area. Last but not least prohibition is that it is forbidden to litter in order to maintain the preservation and cleanliness of nature there, so that it is not polluted and lost its ecosystem value.
So far, the author has explained the overview, uniqueness, and restriction that applies when you visit Rana Mese Lake. Maybe someone will ask, how can tourists visit this place? What transport to use? Or maybe there are other questions that are more as missing in minds of the listeners. Therefore, the author will explain approximately how tourists can access this place. Well, since the lake is located not far from the national road that connect Ruteng City and Borong, tourists can use motorbike or used car, buses, or other such transportation to access this place. It is located exactly 25 kilometers from Ruteng City, and it takes about 30 until 45 minutes to cover the distance. If you want to go on a holiday to this lake, it is advisable to bring your own snacks from home as this place is located far from the shopping center. Also, keep in mind that this place does not provide lodging. So, if you intend to stay there, it is advisable to bring some camping equipment or tents. Do not be afraid of danger and attract from wild animals because this place is guaranteed safety. In addition, this lake is also one of the places that has a calm atmosphere because this place is rarely visited by many people. The level of visit touch hundreds of people only when the Christmas or New Year holiday take place. The rest of the place only has a small number of tourists visiting per day. Therefore, this place is highly recommended for tourists who want a holiday or excursion with a calm atmosphere but does not reduce the beauty of the natural panorama presented.